Hello YouTube, how are you doing? I mean, that introduction was really rare because I don't tend to introduce these videos with hello YouTube. But I feel like with me saying that, it gives off two meanings. The first one is obviously welcoming you on these videos. I mean, you as an audience. And second of all, I'm gonna talk about YouTube, so yeah. If you look on the YouTube nowadays, there are, two really big topics you can be talking about. First things first, you got the creator segment of a YouTube, and then you got the consumer state of YouTube. Both of them have evolved significantly. Like if you were to look on the YouTube back in 2007, early 2000s, I feel like it drastically changed. And I wanted to tap more into the consumer segment first, because we are all consumers of your YouTube. If you're watching this, you're a consumer of YouTube. I'm actually consumer of YouTube myself. I feel like I consume much more content than I produce. That makes sense. And I found myself really struggling with something. I feel like that's gonna be really oddly specific, but you can actually give me your insights down in comments. But I wanted to say something. I feel like you could have noticed that YouTube videos are getting much more, higher quality, higher production. That means better quality cameras, better quality editing, microphones, setups, and editing. And it has led to the point where I don't want to say I don't enjoy it, but I really need to focus on that, because YouTube for me is a platform which I can go to when I'm having a good meal. Let's put it this way. Let's not try to pretend that every one of us is watching YouTube while we are eating. And, I have this strong feel of missing out feeling, because, if you're eating, you need to, focus on the food. You need to look on the plate. But otherwise, it would get all messy, and you don't want that. Unless you're from... I'm not gonna finish that joke. My lawyer advised me not to do that. But I want to say that if that video is hyper edited and every single second there's a cut, you can't really miss any part of this video, because you're going to really miss out on people's work. And I don't want that. I want to enjoy the full video, but I actually want to enjoy my meal as well. I find myself eating, and then I have to rewind it to go back, because I feel like I missed something, and ultimately I find myself in a position where I feel like I didn't miss something, but I actually had to rewind it, so that way I lost time. It's few seconds, but it's still really infuriating. And now I find myself really watching these gameplay videos which have been uploaded like 8 years ago, like in 2016. You can actually see the significant change of these videos. Some of those gameplay videos were like 30 minutes long. They didn't have any significant cuts at all. And at times there were passages where the creator didn't even talk for like 30 seconds or 1 minute. And you were just, watching it because, it was really like relaxing. And I feel like you can't find that now. And that makes sense. That makes sense for YouTube algorithm to not promote it, because, the TikTok has came, the Instagram Reels are here, the YouTube Shorts. So I feel like our attention spans are really shrinking. And I don't feel like the average, because let's be honest, the vast majority of people on YouTube are kids. I don't feel like the majority of those kids could actually be sitting half an hour on the chair and watching that gameplay videos without any edits. And if you find yourself going to school or work, I would really suggest you just look up these gameplays or whatever, like whatever you want to watch, but from like 2016 and backwards, because those videos are like really relaxing to watch. I just wanted to give you an advice. If you would like to follow any. Comparing it to now, first things first, there's basically no gameplay videos now. There's just like, let's say a short version of a game. I mean, like an Instagram reel or a YouTube TikTok. So that means a lot of cuts, 10 minutes max. And until you are finishing watching it, you actually can't tell what happened in it. Isn't that good for content creators themselves? Because you can really see it. And I feel like the last year was really filled with this, that there was a huge burnout among creators because they were saying the pressure to upload constantly and keeping up with trends, that's drained them. And I feel like that is what is gonna happen with all of us. And I mean, I'm talking about the creators now. We're gonna burn out if we don't record videos which we actually enjoy. I'm talking about gameplay videos, but I feel like that there's not a single niche where you wouldn't be able to see it. It can be cooking, it can be DIY, it can be anything. It can be tech. I mean, look at the older tech videos and tech reviews. They were just much longer. And now creators are forced to be really overhyped and it's soulless. I mean, a kid may not realize it because they are only kids. They haven't really experienced that much. And if you actually don't experience the good, how can you say something is good if you haven't experienced it? And I actually want to point out, I want to play a devil's advocate here, that from the money standpoint, the YouTube is doing great. I mean, the YouTube, the platform, the company, it's doing great. Like, it would be really irrational from them to not force the creators to do that things. Because, YouTube is just a company. And what's the core purpose of the company? Make as much profit as possible. Like, that's the only stand from microeconomics, if you know something about that. So I don't actually want to blame YouTube, but there's a saying that markets are socially blind. Everybody has been saying that since forever. By the way, I want to point out that it's the best thing we invented so far when it comes to economy, but we need to have a slight moderation there. Or not, maybe the audience is gonna realize they want something else, because you could see that Sam Sulek guy. If you don't know him, you don't really have to know him. He was a fitness content creator, and in the year of 2023 or 2024, he started uploading, and he did the far opposite of everything that the current state of fitness content was in. And he was actually uploading 1 hour long videos which weren't edited at all. They didn't look the best. And he wasn't overhyped. He was just talking as a regular guy. There were pauses, there were interruptions, there was everything. And for some reason, people started watching him, and these videos gained millions of views because that was a breath of fresh air. And to end this video, I actually want to know what is gonna be in trend in like few years, because now I feel like with the trend of Sam Sulek, everybody has been uploading the videos which were far less edited, and now I don't know what's gonna be in the future. Maybe the line between them is gonna fade away, and maybe it's gonna like refresh and we are gonna start over in some way, like in the golden ages of YouTube. Maybe the Sam Sulek videos are just standard deviation. Maybe they are just deviating, and the trend is actually gonna be even more edited videos. I mean, who knows? I mean, everything you can do now is have an opinion on that, and that's just it. I feel like the best thing you can do is to watch the videos you actually want to watch, and not listening to guy who likes to ramble. So yeah, that's the moral of the story, I feel like. So guys, I thank you for watching this. Hopefully you liked it. So we're gonna see each other tomorrow. So up until tomorrow, have a fantastic rest of the day, and bye bye.